Hello, chat, and welcome to another stream. Let's see, today is Saturday. What Saturday is it, though? It is the 25th of July, and welcome everyone to the stream. For those of you who don't or haven't heard my saying it a bunch of time, next Saturday is 24-hour stream, so we're gonna have a real long stream on Saturday. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see, who do we have in chat today? We've got A5Kill, who was actually first, beat Shazrobot by mere milliseconds. Hello, hello. We also have Michaela. Shazrobot is mad as hell. We've got Mumi Jamala. Hello, hello. Oh, I only gave you a single hello, Shazrobot. Oh no. Hey, and Chris is here. Hey, what's up, Chris? Hello, hello. Welcome back. Good to see you as always. But let's see. I got like no sleep last night, so we'll see how this stream goes. But I'm actually pretty tired. But yeah, welcome everyone. The plan for today, well, I was scrolling through some of Dead Snakes, and I noticed a problem with one of the package sets that I provide, which is the nightly packages. And I was looking at this and I was like, oh, I wonder what the latest beta is that Nightly has available. And damn, what the fuck? This has been building for 8 hours? What is going on? This one failed due to a flake in upstream packaging, so it's not my fault. But what I noticed is that these version numbers are completely wrong. And so there's something wrong with my script that's been uploading these. So we'll look at trying to fix that today. I assume it's going to be just like a super easy fix, but I'm probably doing something dumb. Like 383, this is completely wrong. This is so very, very far off from the correct value. Like I believe it's like 385 now. Python 3.8 version. Well, that's 382. What is the latest 3.8? Python, CPython. Tanks 385, yeah, so it's off by quite a bunch. And I think it's just an artifact of this. We can actually verify that. Docker run rm. Oh, actually, we're gonna use Podman just because. Just because, why not? Ubuntu focal bash. Podman is kind of a drop-in replacement. Oh, that started up way faster than it usually does. Weird. Hey, what's up, Enzak? Hello, hello. Welcome back. Apt update and apt install. -y no install recommend. Software properties common and apt install. Or sorry, add apt repository PPA Dead Snakes nightly and apt install Python 3.9 minimal. We know that one's supposed to be beta 5, so we'll see what version this one ends up being. A5Kill says, what's the advantage? So they're both containerized technologies. Podman has basically two advantages in my eyes. One of them is I can run it without needing root. So, oh, fuck you, I don't want the time zone. So one thing I can do is run Podman without root, and that means I don't need like a ultra powerful process sitting on my computer. The other advantage is you can run Podman in a daemonless mode, which means I did -y. Why are you complaining? Which means I don't need a supervisor process sitting around, so it's a little bit easier to manage from a. I also did -y here. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't need a supervisor process sitting around, so it's a lot easier to manage from like an infrastructure perspective. There's also some other advantages in that like the process model is a little bit closer to how like a standard Unix process model would work. You're doing a little less sort of slingshotting to get processes running and other stuff. But that's my thoughts about Podman. But you know, there's also like the security advantage, like not running as root, and yeah, there's also some other kind of nifty things with the rest of the build toolchain that. I believe Red Hat is the one that's pushing that through. Like there's a build that you can mount read-only volumes, for instance, where normal Docker builds don't let you have volumes and other stuff like that. But Mancula Padmeton says, please write Clojure instead. where the fuck does that come from? I haven't even written any code yet. Why are you telling me to write Clojure? But I actually don't know any Clojure. Yeah, okay, so at least the executable reports the right version, so it is updating properly, it's just marking this version number incorrectly. So we'll be fixing that instead. But yeah, Podman is like Docker but better. Hey, what's up, MSR? Hello, hello. Welcome back. And Nerdy Laka, how's it going? Kulamiton says, I think there's also some stupid license things with Docker as well. So, if I recall correctly, the original fork away from Docker was less to do with licensing and more to do with patches being allowed in Fedora and stuff. And so they were just like, well, it's an open standard, let's just fucking move off to something else. And that's where Atomic Docker was built, and then eventually rewritten with Podman and Builda and a bunch of other stuff. But if I remember, that's the actual history there. Toddy says, and it's compatible with Docker commands for the most part. There are some things that are slightly different. Like for example, Podman builds with a TTY, or sorry, Builda builds with a TTY, whereas Docker does not. And like some of the command line switches are a little bit different, and the build command is slightly different, and you know there's like slight incompatibilities, but they aim for parity wherever they can, and it's mostly compatible. For me, when I switched from Docker to Podman in my pre-commit project, actually I don't think we have the history for that anymore. I think I deleted the history. Oh, actually no, I have it right here. Git log -g -grep Podman. Yeah, -p -grep Podman. So I had to change a couple little things. One was, you know, just switching from Docker to Podman. I removed --user because it doesn't work in rootless mode. There's like some open bug about this. There's actually a bug on pre-commit about this as well, which is like, yeah, --user is kind of bogus in rootless mode, so it just does the wrong thing, which is great. And this I had to change due to the TTY thing. So this command assumes yes if it's run in a headless non-TTY mode, but since Builda includes a TTY, you have to do -y here, which makes almost no sense to me. Like, why would you want your build to be interactive? That seems like a bad idea, but you know, I didn't design it, so it's not my tool. Hey, what's up, RNV44? Hello, welcome back. Good to see you again. And Prats, how's it going? And Silas is here too. Hello. Commands should be the same. Swapping Docker to Podman. Yeah, for the most part. There's a couple of small things that are a little bit different. Chezerwet says, does anyone know the program with an elephant logo that's used for website development? I was watching a stream and it was called Postgo or something. I was trying to figure out what it is. Postgres? Oh yeah, Toddy says Postgres. I think you're talking about Postgres. Which has this Elephanta here. This is the one that you're talking about. But oh, elephant with a side view. I don't know. Postgres is the one that I was thinking of, but let's see. Tech things with elephant logo. Let's see if Google is smart enough to tell me what this is. This is like, I don't know. Oh, maybe the Postgres elephant has changed over time? No? This is just like a really shit article, I guess? I don't know. Hadoop, that could be another one. It says Gawabonga. That's another possible one. Brett says, I was just watching yesterday's stream. Nice! Well, good to have you again here. A5Kill says, can make sense for legacy software. Yeah, you might have to change some stuff for like legacy software, would be my guess. Hey, what's up, Hi-Ho? Hello. Rollers, how's it going? Welcome back, friend. Is PHP's logo an elephant? I feel like it's not. Oh, there is a PHP elephant. What? I didn't know that was a thing. It looks like that's maybe their old logo? Interesting. Interesting. Scylla says, that's Postgres, it's a good database option. We learned it. Yeah, I've worked a little bit with Postgres. I'm not so great with Postgres. Brainwashed, how's it going? Welcome back, says, hi Andy. Who's Andy? I'm not Andy. This isn't Andy Writes Code. But welcome back, Brainwash. Good to have you again. Well, looks like we've got somebody to ban in the chat. Goodbye, friend. Menkulamentaton. Sorry, I'm gonna continue to butcher your name until you tell me what you want me to call you. Says, I was planning to install Kubernetes in my home lab today. Ooh. I feel like Kubernetes is super fucking overkill for a home lab, but I mean, to each their own. I don't know that I would want to actually run Kubernetes myself. I feel like there's no fun part of that. But I mean, it's a good learning experience. I at one point ran my own Mesos cluster, which I guess wasn't really a cluster because it was like 2 machines, but oh boy, that was not fun either. And Mesos is like 1,000,000 times more simple than Kubernetes is. But I mean, it might be a good one. Brainwash says, oh, sorry, Antoine. It's okay, buddy. I always have trouble remembering your name. It's in my handle. It should be so easy. But it's fine. A5Kill says, just use Portainer or use OKD. I'm actually not familiar with either of those things. Portainer. And OKD. Hey, what's up, JD Elton? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Community distribution of Kubernetes. Oh. I don't want to get involved with OpenShift at all, though. Why is your thing moving? I just want to read what's going on here. Ugh. Okay, we're not looking at OKD anymore. Portino, make Docker management easy. Why does everyone think they need these stupid animations? They're so obnoxious. Over 2 billion downloads. How? If I've never heard of it, how has it been downloaded 2 billion times? It's probably just somebody sitting there in a loop like, we're gonna bump the download stats just by downloading this over and over and over. But I don't know. Or maybe they're like deployed on thousands of hosts, and so every time the hosts restart, they download this binary again. It still doesn't tell me what this thing is. I guess it's like a pod management thing, I guess. Anyway, cool. Oh, mascot. I guess PHP mascot. That would make sense. Hey, what's up, Flash38? Hello, welcome back. Mancool says, I think there's a quite easy way to install something with kubeadm. Yeah, there are some easier ways to do it, but I don't know, can't be ours. I also don't really have anything to run on my local machines all that much, and I might as well, you know, use AWS or something that's going to be someone else's electricity and not mine. But hey, what's up, Neil Embarker? Welcome back. Good to see you again. We've got Stutterhead, who says, I'm new to backend dev. What is the difference between Docker and Kubernetes? So Docker is a way to run containers, and Kubernetes is like a full orchestration environment. So it does scheduling as well as like tasks and pods, and like has a bunch of other ways to run containers. And so you can use any container engine with Kubernetes. So, you know, CRI-O or Docker or Podman or the other 3 or so that there are. But Kubernetes is more like a, you know, manage all of the networking, the bin packing, the resource management sort of stuff. But yeah, I hope that gives you like kind of kind of a comparison, a little bit. Hey, what's up, Cast9? Hello, hello. But it's 2020. Yeah. A5Kill says OpenShift is disgusting setup, but very useful once you get it working. Kind of. They kind of force you to buy into like every single part of their ecosystem, and like then force you to pay for support contracts for everything. And it's, I don't know. I feel like OpenShift is, for me, it's largely negative, but I feel like OpenShift is kind of a pain in the ass. Let's see, Cas9 says, front-end devs need to do something to keep their job, yeah. Docker pull Portainer. Oh, you can just kind of pull it there? Chris says, it's like how the Java installer tells you Java runs on trillions of devices. Yeah, that might have been true at some point, though. Maybe not trillions. Trillions? Yeah, there's no way it's trillions. Billions, maybe. Maybe. A5Kill says it's a GUI for Docker, basically. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Greenwash says, are you looking for a job, Anthony? Don't answer if it seems like an inappropriate question. At the moment, I'm not looking for a job. At the moment, I'm trying to build out this little startup-y thingy, Precommit CI, and, well, I don't think I'm probably not gonna make money out of this, but there's potential that people would pay for something like this. And worst case, I produce a piece of tech that I would use. And, you know, if I make a few bucks, like some beer money here and there, like, cool, I built something nice. But I'm time-boxing myself on how long I want to spend on this, and then I will be back looking for jobs again. But at the moment, I'm not. I'm kind of doing my own thing. Brent says, those animations did look cool. I mean, they were kind of cool, but they were, like, not necessary and more distracting than useful. IMO. Oh, we got the job song real early today. Good shit right here. Cas9 says, what are we trying to do? Okay, so the first thing that I want to do today is unrelated to Precommit CI. We'll work on Precommit CI later. Is try and figure out why these version numbers are wrong and fix them. So we showed here that like the actual binary has the right version number, but the packages have the wrong version number. So we're gonna fix that up. Hey, what's up, Stutter Rat? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully your day is going well. Mine's going pretty well. But yeah, that's what we're trying to do today, Cas9. I already have everything automated with Ansible. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, if you have Ansible to set it up, like, sure, then you know, you've already done the work to make your infrastructure as code sort of thing tick. So it's probably easier for you to set up nodes in that way. I also set up configuration management for my machines, but I chose Puppet instead of Ansible. This is my Puppet setup, and this, you know, the last thing that we did in Puppet was actually setting up Podman and Builda to get those running. But they were pretty easy. Just, you know, add the package archive and then tell it to install. And I actually have a few YouTube videos that talk about this, I think. Puppet. Yeah, I talk a little bit about configuration management here if you guys want to learn more about how I set up my machine and maybe how you could do something similar. Solace says, I'm looking for a job though. Yes, you are looking for a job. Cas9 says, what does it do? What does Precommit CI do? So the idea behind Precommit CI is that it is a purpose-built CI system that just runs the Precommit tool. So it's intended to offload your linting and code formatting workflows to a purpose-built system. And this purpose-built system will have, you know, basically no configuration to set it up. It'll have fast, correct caching. There will be a mode where it, you know, there's this really annoying scenario that happens a lot in open source where someone will drive by your repository and make a patch, but they don't run any of the code formatters or linters. And, you know, you have to go through a round of review where, oh, can you go fix the linters and code formatters, please? And they have to go, you know, run them locally and basically commit the auto-formatted code, and then the pull request can continue from there. But one thing that I wanted to do is make a CI tool that will auto-commit the formatting changes back to the pull request, so that someone doesn't have to go through and do all that. So that's one of the features that I want to implement. It'll also have, you know, a spinning auto updater and a bunch of other stuff that I want to build eventually. But this is what I'm planning to do for the V1, and it's mostly working. Let me start it so that I can show you what is working so far. Workspace, pre-commit CI, proxy run, web.app, PR worker, run worker. Hey, what's up, for butter? I don't know. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. And Michaela, thank you for hosting, as always. But I actually have a little demo of this running already. Demo 2? I use delete 2/demo. one of these repos. So I've been playing with this pull request to get the pull request build working. You can see it's a bit of a Christmas tree as I open and close this to test stuff. But we finally have, you know, a check succeeding here, and if we click through, we can get to a details page that is a work in progress. So this looks pretty ugly right now, but I'm working on improving this to make it look a little bit better. But this is kind of what this has started to look like, and so you can see like all of the information here. You can also see like how long the run took. In this case, it took 6.8 seconds, but we'll be doing that soon. The other cool thing is this is responsive, so you can, you know, shrink it down and you get the nice header. It's just Bootstrap, so it's nothing fancy, but it does kind of work. Hey, what's up, Side Kid? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. Tony says that Java runs on some washing machines. That doesn't surprise me. Hey, what's up, Neckler? Hello. Android and Nokia have a lot of Java. Yeah, that's true. Shazarot says it was Postgres. It was a program called Postico. Thanks, y'all. What does Postico do? Postico. Modern Postgres client for Mac. Interesting. Why does it not look modern? Why does it look like it's from like the 90s? Anyway, probably cool. Mankulam says, damn, I hate sometimes when I forget to run the formatter and my Jenkins builds fails because of formatting. Yeah. So I mean, this sounds like this tool would be kind of useful to you as well. Hey, what's up, Master Tech? Hello. Michaela says Hearthstone has a new card and the flavor text is literally Haskell. Battlecry, reorder your deck from the highest cost card to the lowest cost card. Oh, I see. the lore text over here. Yes, this looks like some Haskell. Interesting choice. Did they rewrite the function down here for some reason? Anyway, that's kind of neat. Guest9 says, would it make sense to use for a personal project so you don't have to do manual formatting? Yes. So kind of, yeah, there's kind of also an application for personal projects, not just for like, oh, someone else didn't run the tools sort of deal. But Precommit CI is actually based on a client tool called Precommit, called just Precommit, but that's precommit.com. And you can already use this client tool today. And this has existed for 6-ish years now. But yeah, so you can already use this tool locally. And the CI system is meant to just be like a wrapper that makes this tool easier to run in CI. JD Helton says, does this tool fix and push fixes to the branch? Yes, that is the plan. It does not yet do that, but it's going to happen pretty soon once I get kind of the basics and the web parts working. Once this is a little bit more polished and the rest of it is more polished. Like this is the current homepage, which is not so good. But yeah, it'll improve, and then I'll start building out the features. And I still have to run it in AWS, so this is all running locally right now. So I need to port over all the local tech that I'm using. Like this little spin loop is not going to cut it probably in AWS, and this is going to probably live in Lambda. The web part will probably, sadly, I fucking hate Lambda, but it's cheap and easy, so this will probably also live in Lambda. This run worker has constraints that make it not Lambda-able. Mostly, like, it runs big chunky Docker containers, and those don't fit in Lambda, so this will have to run on EC2 or something. So, but for the most part, it's, you know, I have like a lot of the design parts, and like I kind of know how all the pieces are going to fit together. And oh yeah, we gotta let me turn down the volume. we're done with the drop song. We don't have to have this bumping as loud, but yeah, that's the plan. That's what's gonna happen. Necklace says I still have nightmares from playing Hearthstone. What did Hearthstone? Where did Hearthstone touch you? What did it do to you? The flavor text is the grayed out thing. Oh yeah, I got there eventually. Techrific says dark mode makes everything seem modern. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about dark mode entirely. I don't, yeah. GDH says, hey, aren't you the same guy who wrote Precommit, who's a maintainer in PyTest and who worked at Lyft? Yep, that's me. That's me. Funny thing, I do some contributions to PyTest too. Yeah, I've helped you through one of them, in effect. Michaela says you can use it today for the low price of 5 payments in $19.99. No, that's not how it's gonna work. GD Hilton says, I've used Precommit hooks like crazy and it gives me a sad, this is really cool. Yeah. Usually the reason that Precommit hooks give people sads is because they're implemented kind of poorly. But I don't know. I would say that maybe mine is a little bit better, but who knows? JD Elton says, it does sound like a good candidate for Firebase unless you hate Firebase and GCP. I kind of hate GCP. Also, I know Amazon really well, so I'm gonna set it up there first. But I've tried to build a lot of the interfaces to be, you know, places where I could plug in a different cloud provider. Because I eventually think, like, if this works out really well, I'll be able to provide hosted solutions for enterprise, so that, you know, like a medium-sized startup could pay me some money to run, run their own copy of Precommit CI and run it in their infrastructure and stuff. So I'm not like trying to do any sort of vendor lock-in with my cloud providers, but yeah. But yeah, Solus says dark mode saves battery life on mobile, which is why it's good for site design. So that's not entirely true. It only saves battery life on mobile for the particular type of LEDs, LED-based screens. So not all screens, well actually I would say that most screens are not using that technology yet, so it doesn't actually save any battery life there. But there is potential in the future to get some battery savings from dark modes. So yeah. GDH says you didn't get the joke. No, I got the joke. I got you, GDH. I knew you knew what you were doing. I knew you knew exactly what you were doing. CHK Lull says, is that a Kinesis keyboard? Yes, this is the Freestyle Pro. Shazarabot helpfully linked Bang keyboard in the chat. But yeah, here's a more zoomed thing of it. There's the macro pad that I still have not reprogrammed yet. Oh, this is a little bit off. Move this over a tiny bit. Get everything. Anyway. Oh, but oops, that's the wrong scene. But yes, it is the Kinesis Freestyle Pro. GDH says, it's like saying, hey, aren't you the guy I watch regularly almost every night? Yeah, it's true, GDH. Guns for Kids says, have you tried the Nim language and what do you think of it? Also, hello, Alex. Hello, welcome back. I have tried a little bit of Nim. I have not written very much in it, and almost all of it was while porting from another code base in Advent of Code. Oops, that's num. I want nim. Day 9. Yeah, so I wrote a little bit of nim here. I felt like it was fine. It's kind of Python-like. Has kind of a nice syntax. But yeah, I haven't written enough nim to like have a full opinion about it, but it seemed fine when I was writing it. There's a person who comes by the stream pretty often who is a very big fan of nim. Juan Carlos Paco, if you've seen him before, but he is a big fan of nim. He probably knows more than I do. Cheese Buff says that water is snowman blood. It's kind of true. It's kind of true. CK Lau says, "Are you satisfied with it?" So I don't know. I like it. I wish I had browns instead of reds, personally. But I also didn't pay for it and I didn't choose it, so and this was gifted to me by Kinesis, because they wanted me to put it on my stream, show it off, and like, you know, people ask about it in chat a lot, and so it's kind of a cool thing. But I have used other keyboards. The keyboard I used before this, if you do bang keyboard 4, oh, that text is wrong. Anyway, keyboard 4 is the keyboard that I used to use on stream, and I actually really like that keyboard. I really like Clears. But I've been sticking to this for a while, for no apparent reason. It's basically it's fine. It works pretty well. But I haven't really had ergonomic issues with keyboards, so it's not really targeted at me. I do prop it up at the 15-degree angle, so it is kind of sloped like this when I'm using it. But yeah. MSR says, on a 0 to 10 scale, how much are you confident in the success of pre-commit CI? So I think whether or not it is like successful and makes money, I will use it. And I know of some other open source projects that will use it, so I think at the very least it will be useful for open source. I have no like gauge on how successful it will be for enterprises. Now I do know that like I've essentially built this same thing at both Yelp and Lyft in my times there. And you know, Yelp's version was not so great, and Lyft's version is pretty wasteful and doesn't have all the features that you would want. But I think it would be very easy, like it would be a pretty easy sell, I think, maybe. It would be an easy sell for me to like go to Lyft and be like, hey, I have built a turnkey solution for something that you're spending a shit ton of money on that you could spend a lot less money on and just run my version of it, and have support and other stuff there. But I don't know. Who knows how successful that it's actually going to be, but you know, if it is successful, I would be very, very happy, because it would mean that I could continue to stream as much as I am streaming now, and like I'd be able to spend most of my time working on stuff that I really enjoy working on, and I wouldn't have to go back to being a cog in the machine, basically. But I don't know, that's kind of a little bit of a pipe dream. I don't know that any of it's actually gonna work out, but hey, what's up, Obayanju? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. JD Helton says, just now reading that you've been involved with. Love the tools you've helped make. Flakegate and PyTest are lit. Yes. So I am the current maintainer of Flakegate. I wasn't the creator, but I'm the current maintainer. I've been doing that for almost 3 years now. And I'm one of the 4 core devs in PyTest, which is pretty awesome. Michaela says 0 to 10 in what base, right? Kaz9 says, just for your information, browns are the worst tactical switch. They're basically scratchy reds. Very weak tactile feeling. Yeah, but I feel like browns are an improvement over reds. And when the choices are browns or reds, like I would rather have browns. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Catherine? Hello, hello. And Cat Peasant, welcome back to both of you. Shazarot says, my face win, I want to be, or sorry, my face win-win. I want to be a cog in the machine. I mean, yeah. I'm not saying being a cog in the machine is a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, I think that's no longer what I want. But, yeah, okay. So now we're caught up in chat. Let's see what's wrong with this code in Dead Snakes and why those versions are wrong, and see what I can do there. So there are two scripts here. There's nightly pull upstream and nightly update branch. And the way this runs is through GitHub Actions, Dead Snakes, Python 3.9 nightly. Yeah, so it runs through this GitHub workflow on a cron, and it basically has two jobs. One of them is the update job, and the other is the build job. The update job clones the repo and runs this script. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. And this build job is parameterized, depends on the update, and clones, and then clones runbooks, installs a bunch of things, sets up my GPG key, and oh, and then it runs update branch. Okay, so we basically need to do the same thing to figure out where things are going wrong. Git clone Dead Snakes / Python 3.9 nightly. And I'm actually going to comment out the push in this script. Well, we'll just print it so you can see what happens there. But yeah, we'll try and see what's going on here and why things are going poorly. Do a little bit of debugging here. Alex says, have you thought about doing consulting? With your expertise, you can charge a lot. I have thought a little bit about that, but I have not done any research into it. So I don't know anything about consulting yet, but I could potentially do some stuff there. The problem would be, like, if I need to, you know, set up some sort of, like, company infrastructure around it. I don't know. I don't know how I would go about being like, hey, I do consulting. Pay me a bunch of money and I will fix your shit. But, yeah. I don't know. Git branch, git checkout, Ubuntu. Well, actually, I think we just sit on the master branch, right? Is that how this thing works? Clone, path, target, fetch depth, 0. Yeah, that's fine. Runbooks. So / runbooks and then dot and 3.9. So this should run the update. Let's see what this does. I see. So it did pull these tags. My guess is that we're not pushing the tags. So that's why this is all going wrong, I guess. What tag did it create? It creates the right tag. Peculiar. Very, very peculiar. Get ls remote origin. Okay, so it has all the tags uploaded too. Interesting that there's both an annotated tag and a not annotated tag. I don't know what's up with that. Also, why does it skip? Oh no, it does have the 3 hate tags. Very weird. Very, very weird. Dead Snacks, Michaela, yeah. Shazarot says, but he'd rather get a buzz on and meme in chat. I see. Lucas Fern Silva says, thankfully you are streaming. I was watching a JavaScript stream and it almost gave me cancer. Damn, dude. Well, I'm glad you appreciate my stream. Welcome, welcome. Jeannie Elton says, I've been in consulting for the last 5 years or so. Federal government, state government, and some private kinda sucks. I see. Chancellor says, honestly, I've probably learned more about how to actually program from Anthony's content than I did from the last 2 years of a CS degree. Damn. Oof. I don't know if you're giving me that much credit there. I try and be educational, but I don't know that I can replace the formal education. Michaela says, I've only learned I'm dumber than I thought, and I think I'm super dumb. That's not fair at all, Michaela. That's not fair at all. I don't know. I do a lot of very, very complicated stuff, so I wouldn't necessarily judge worth or intelligence based on my stream. But no, and you're always improving. You've come so far from when you first joined the stream. You've built so much new cool stuff and learned a bunch of stuff, so I think you're doing just fine. For Buncher says, it can get boring too. Companies get consultants in when their tech is already a nightmare. Well, here's the thing about companies. Everyone's tech is nightmare. It's nightmares everywhere. Always nightmares. Everywhere. But, yeah, that's fair. JD Hilton says, consulting plus contracting to do the work can be pretty good, but avoid government unless you care about the dollar bills. Larissa Day says, hi Anthony, how do you manage your environments? Do you use PyM virtualenvs? Sorry if this has been answered already. I use virtual environments. I talk about this a little bit in a YouTube video about how I set stuff up. Virtualenv. A little bit gets covered in this video, but also in my configuration management video. I talk a little bit about stuff in there. But yeah, I use virtual environments for everything. I use a set of tools that make this a little bit easier to manage. One of them is a tool called an Activator with 2 A's. It prints nothing when you do this by default, but the way Activator works is if I cd into a directory that has Activator set up, it will automatically activate this virtual environment, and the way that works is there's these activate and deactivate shell scripts, and conventionally you make activate a symlink to this, so when the virtual env is gone, so if we delete the virtual env here, you can see that it automatically deactivated here, and that's because Activator noticed that, you know, this activate.sh is now a dead symlink, so this file no longer exists, and so it should deactivate stuff. But if I were to set up a virtual environment at venv, Activator will again notice that that file exists and re-auto activate the stuff. And the way it works is with prompt commands. And I use Talks to do most of my virtual env creation. I am a maintainer of Talks, so I am a bit biased here. But I added this feature --devenv, which makes it really easy to set up development virtual environments for whatever project you're working on, as long as that project is, you know, using Talks or whatever. And that's how I do most of my virtual environments. I also do a lot of just like manual virtual VM sort of deal. But yeah, that's my setup. I don't know that I would necessarily suggest it. It works really well on Linux. I also install system packages of Python, so that's how I get all my Pythons. So you can see, like, I have, you know, Python 3.6, 7, 8, 9, and I don't have 3.10 yet, but I actually manage all of these packages except for 3.8 are from the Dead Snakes PPA, which is actually what I'm kind of working on today a little bit, doing a little bit of fixing up there. But yeah, that's kind of my setup. On other platforms, I have a little bit different setup. Like on Mac OS, I tend to just use the one Python that ships with Brew, but I also don't do much development on Mac OS, so fucking hate Mac OS. And on Windows, I just use the python.org installers. And in both of those cases, I use virtualenv to do all of that stuff. I also talk about why I use virtualenv and not venv in that video that I linked below. But hopefully that's helpful. ImageFD says, can you recommend any tips for improving my Python code? My main advice for improving code in basically any language is, you know, get good sets of linters and code formatters. And if your language has Gradle types, set up a type checker. And I think those two things alone will do more for code improvement than basically anything else. Or at least there are easy steps to, step in that direction. Actually changing like how you program is a longer process that involves like, getting peers involved in peer review and like, learning different tips and tricks along the way. But I don't know. Shouts out says Michaela types at 120 plus words per minute. Super dumb, sure, yeah. RNV44 says this Twitch chat Clyde tool open source. Yes, if you do bang bot. Well, I typoed bot. There's some bugs in the bot. But if you type bang bot, you can get a link to the chat bot. Yeah, it's open source. I wrote it from scratch because I wanted to learn async IO, and so that is the result of that. A5 Kill says always has been. Yeah. JD Hilton says PipEnv versus VM Go. My TLDR is fuck PipEnv. In my opinion, it's pretty unnecessary, and the original author is kind of a dick, and it's slower than literally anything else. So I don't know why people find it so popular. I guess people find it so popular because the dude that made it was super popular and was trying to push it as this is the only way to do packaging, and managed to get it, to have an official-ish name, even though it has basically nothing to do with pip. But I don't know. I will never use PipEnv. Never ever. But yeah. Anyway. Shazrabat says, controversial opinion. Yes. I slept really funny on my hand, so for some reason my pointer finger hurts. It's actually pain. It really sucks. But hopefully, I'll be able to get through the stream. Lursiday says, thank you, no problem. Happy to help. Cas9 says, is it a good practice to reduce your code down to small functions? Should each function only do one thing? I think those two statements are not necessarily the same thing. I do think that it's a good idea to have functions that have just inputs and outputs and perform one particular unit of work. But that doesn't necessarily mean that those functions are small. It just means that they're focused on their particular functionality and not necessarily, doing too many things. That said, naturally, when you write useful things, they have to have some amount of procedural code, and procedural tends to mean that it does a bunch of related things, but not just one specific thing. Like at the end of the day, you can't just monads everything. you need to have all interesting tools perform side effects, and so you need to eventually have side effects, and you eventually need to run all of those side effects in a row. But yeah. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Yo says, Anthunk, are you gonna have a C# stream someday? Maybe. I have not written C# in a really long time, and I'm not sure what I would work on. But I would be very happy to write C# because I really like C#. It's good stuff. Ahiho says, you don't like Conda? I have some problems with the way that Conda does dependencies. And that they have kind of just ignored all of the work that's gone into making portable Python distributions and done their own thing that's subtly incompatible with everything else. But I think some of the stuff that they're doing for pre-building stuff is really cool and could be applied better in other ways. But yeah, I don't want to say that Conda is crap. Conda, I think, is actually an honest amount of work and good stuff that's being built there. But yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Conda. Alex says, isn't the PipEnv codebase kind of bad? I have not looked at their codebase, so I'm not gonna share opinions on that. But it's possible. Miguel says, hopefully I can make it through the stream because clicking stuff is so hard, guys. I mean, it might be that could also be that I played a fuck ton of Minecraft last night and I laid down 4,000 cobblestone slabs. So It could be from clicking on that. I don't know. I don't know. Better says, it's been 4 years without maintenance, but a new release emerged out of lockdown. Yeah, they kind of made a release. They kind of just were like, well, fuck it, we're just going to ship whatever's on Master, and hopefully it works fine. The Chosen One says, C# looks like a lot of work. A lot of work bad. I mean, C#'s pretty nice. It's like Java that doesn't suck, in my opinion. Legendary OR says, if we're going to talk about languages, what are your thoughts on Rust? I am trying it out. I really want to write a bunch more Rust, but I have not had a chance to write a lot of Rust. I really like the memory safety aspects from writing a bunch of like shitty low-level C and C++ where, oh fuck, well, there's a seg fault, there's a buffer overrun, there's this, you know, common problem that's memory safety issues. I think that Rust provides some really cool stuff there that will make that better. But yeah, I want to write more Rust. I'm actually planning, once I get a working version of Precommit CI working, I want to try and rewrite some portions of it in Rust to see what happens there. So it says, I shoot my arrows in the air sometimes. Yeah. Isn't that Captain Sparkles? Is that Captain Sparkles? Or is that someone else? Shoot my arrows. Yeah. It is Captain Sparkles. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Alex says, Visual Studio plus ReSharper is a really good combo. The code basically writes itself. Yeah, that's what I remember from writing C#. JD Hilton says, sounds like you are deep into the Python community. Do you have any other areas in tech that you've really dived into? I'm really interested in getting more involved in open source software, and after a long time behind the walls, it's a little daunting. So I actually think it's really easy to get started in open source. In fact, I have a video about how to get started in open source. This is a very basic video that kind of talks you through how you can do your first change set and like go from, you know, nothing to something merged. But yeah, I would say I would agree with you that I have gone through a lot in the Python community. I've done deep dives in other technologies, but not really with any of the socialized communities. Hey, what's up, Alariza Farhadi? Sorry if I butchered that, but thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. I've done like deep dives in C++. I've done deep dives in JavaScript. I've done more fucking Docker than than anyone should ever do. I don't know. I do a bunch of other stuff, but. Yeah, and I try and, you know, I try and talk about the things that I can summarize into small enough bits into videos here. So like a lot of these things are like, you know, little nuggets of knowledge that I've picked up along the way. And I'm constantly making more videos. I was supposed to upload one this morning about Python packaging, but I didn't wake up in time because I didn't really fucking sleep last night. But, you know, that's just the way things go sometimes. But yes, Nagler says, I've been using Rust for my internship. Pretty neat, but kind of hard to get used to. Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of work to write, but you end up with a much better output, I guess. Nagler says, luckily the guy mentoring me is super nice when it comes to questions. That's good. Okay, so let's figure out why this shit isn't working. So we do tag this and we do push the tag, but my guess is the other script is not picking up on that tag for some reason. Oh, we re-tagged the same thing here. We run the same work twice. Why do we do that? Why do we do this? So we delete all the tags, and then we re-tag. Why do we do that? Delete all the Dead Snakes tags so they are not considered. Git describe dashes tags upstream. Oh, because we have to pull out the Debian version from this, maybe? Oh. Okay, this makes sense. So I think all that I'm missing here is is in this thing, we actually need to just push all tags. So I think instead of git push origin upstream dash tags. I think that's what will fix this. We're gonna not run this though. We're gonna also... This doesn't actually do any pushing. Okay, cool. So we can just run this script as well. And hopefully that will work. What is the command here? So if we do dot and ubuntu slash local, right, I mean dot slash. I think this will tag the right thing. Yeah, so now it's tagged as beta 5. And this should show beta 5 also. Git show. I hate that I do that sometimes. Copy as HTML. I just want to copy. Git show this guy. No, that still says beta 3. Why are you beta 3? Git describe dash tags. This is the right tag. I don't know why it's beta 3. Maybe I fixed it. That's unclear. Oh, this is the same 1.5f. Is this from right now or is this from this morning? Oh, this is from this morning. Okay, so I think it probably works. So I'm gonna push that and hope it works. I don't actually have any way to validate it though. Git. We need to not comment this out. Sensor says I'm at work on mobile, or else I'd be hella fast at linking these videos. So don't worry about it, friend. I got you. Blueberry guac. Blueberry guac. Is that a thing? Can you make guac out of blueberry? Blueberry guacamole. There is... My goodness. It is a thing. That actually sounds kind of amazing. Why though? Why is this a thing? This actually sounds fucking amazing. Anyway, Blueberry Guac says, are you writing Python as a millionaire? Are you asking my net worth on stream, Blueberry Guac? It's kind of a rude thing to ask. I will leave that to your imagination. I will let you decide whether I'm a millionaire or not. Although I'm pretty sure I've talked about this on stream at some point, but I don't feel like talking about it today. But I am writing Python. Don't break the rules says imagination. Git add dash u. A5 Kill says I bet he has more than 5 money. Yeah, more than 350. Oh, it's a nod to Tech Leads videos? Oh, I see. I got you. You weren't seriously asking. I got you. Push all the tags so the version is correct. He does everything, then adds as a millionaire. What a fucking tool. Why would someone do that? Like, why? Why though? It sounds like the most like dickish thing you could do. Being annoying AF, is that his goal? Is he trying to be annoying? That just sounds like not a both like not a healthy thing to talk about, but also just like, why the fuck? Don't mind me, I'm just gonna look at some of these blueberry guacamole recipes. Do they show any of them that are mixed? Because this one's not mixed. I want to see one that's actually been mashed up and has the blueberries in it. I guess it probably would look pretty ugly if they're mashed up. Maybe this is a risky click. we have safe search on? Surely there won't be anything wrong about blueberry guacamole. Oh, these all look so fucking good. This one has eyeballs. This one looks fucking amazing. Oh my god. Except for the chicken part. I don't eat chicken. Anyway, sorry. Before I go down a giant rabbit hole of looking at blueberry guacamole. Mindful Fox, hello, welcome back. Good to see you. Who says it's basically a meme at this point? I see. It's a meme, but it's a bad meme, and he should feel bad. Roland V Drum says annoyance means hit, hits means money. Yeah, stirring up controversy is one way to get the views on the YouTubes. But yeah. Ayush Sharma says, is this a virtual machine? Yes, and if you want to see more about that, I have a YouTube video where I talk about my virtual machine setup and why it is a virtual machine. Somewhere in here. What is your operating system and why? You can check that out, and you can see more about that. Neclark says, the Tech League guy's videos seem like he's trying to overcompensate for something. I mean, probably. Brett Miller IT says, I love the fact that you had to consider not safe for work for that. I mean, you never know what you're gonna get with guacamole, man. Hey, what's up, Blueberry Guac? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Running virtual machines as a millionaire. Jesus. Tech Lead makes clickbait titles ending with, as an ex-Facebook, ex-Google Tech Lead multi-millionaire. I see. I see. Ooh, look at those Pokemon emotes. Those are good. Oh, I think I have those emotes. Those are from the Twitch Prime, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know which ones they picked, though. Also... Oh, no! Oh, no! I also have the Pokemon emotes because somebody gifted me a sub. Oh no, I have failed the simp check. Fucking got me, guys. Dimsun Cart says the dude monetized his divorce. Jesus. Why though? That seems a little bit absurd. I'm actually out of water, so I'm gonna go fill up my water. But I will be right back, and I will see you guys in a bit. Hello, I'm back. I've got my water. We're all good. But yeah, so unfortunately the change that we just made, I won't be able to test it until a commit gets made on CPython. So it's Python CPython, not CPython Python, of course. And so basically until this gets bumped again, we won't be able to see whether I was able to actually fix anything. Oh, actually, that's not entirely true. Where's the little branches list? Oh, I gotta make the window bigger. Okay, so this or this or this need to update. Not this one. This one doesn't actually help me at all. But oh, I'm surprised that they still have the 3.7 or the 2.7 branch around. I would have thought they would have deleted it, because they usually delete branches that no longer are a thing. Interesting. Whoa. They're gonna make Windows types importable on Linux? How is that gonna work? Allow Win types to be imported on non-Windows systems. Oh. Hey, what's up, Tomi Toivio and Bagan? Thank you both for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know why they're doing that, but that seems kind of cool. MSR says, hello back. What is Win types? It is a series of C manipulations for Windows specific types. Like there's a, window handle. Basically, Windows has a bunch of named types that are specific to Windows. But they're all primitives. They're essentially wrapped up void stars, but I guess they're making it so you can import these on other platforms now instead of having to do import shenanigans, which is kind of cool. But anyway, I don't know why I looked at that. I'm surprised that this was allowed in. Usually people don't let PEP 8 changes sneak into Python, but this is a fix that's purely for PEP 8. This makes Flake 8 happy for reasons. I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. But anyway, that's what's up with that. I was working on some patches yesterday for pre-commit. I didn't finish them quite, so I think we'll take a look at those and finish those up. I think that's probably what I want to work on. Why is this? No. I fucking hate this. This happens all the time in open source. So this dude, or chick, or whatever, this person commented at 3:45 p.m. yesterday, and I commented at 4:02, so 17 minutes later, and they didn't provide enough information. So I was like, "Hey, can you provide more information?" And then nothing. They didn't respond. This happens all the time. It drives me up a fucking wall. Like, I was very good about being quick to reply. Why did you not reply? Anyway, it's more of a big deal on like Slack or whatever, where you kind of expect instant replies. I guess it's less of an issue here, or like over email, but it bothers me a little tiny bit. Hey, what's up, Hadouken11? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, this is currently failing tests. I have not looked at why, and we will figure that out together. Let's close some of these tabs. Sure. Seems good. Michaela says you didn't say Hadouken with enough power. Hadouken! Is that better? Is that with more power? Is that what is my power level, Michaela? Okay. Ah, it's fucking Windows. It's always Windows. Why did Windows take 27 minutes? What the hell? Why was it so slow? That's absurdly slow. That is absurdly slow. Huh. I mean, I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles. Shazarot says, my face when people have to pick up their kids or some stupid shit. I don't know. There's probably some reference that I missed. Michaela says, your power level is 9001.000000113. There might be some sort of float error thingy there. Yes. Okay, so this is the new test that I added, which I guess that makes sense that it's failing. And we failed to find this text. Okay. This means, let's see, is there a way to make read-only directories on Windows? Read-only directories, Windows. Windows Python? Probably gonna do some. Here's how to turn it off. Maybe I can just do the opposite. We're already setting this option. Is the music loud? It feels a little bit loud today. I turn it down just a hair. That's what I said. I meant when people don't respond to you. Bad joke. I take time. Oh, I get you. I get you. I get you. Miguel says, why can't I spend points to purge people? I don't think that's how that works. Jesus Bot has a command that's like that, where you can doghouse people if you want them to go away. Which gets used on me a lot. But okay, so I think we're already using iWrite. Get show. No, we're not using iWrite. Does that fix this on Windows? We will try that and see if it works. Oh no, how is he using command.exe on Linux? What a weird situation. Oh, there's no tab complete, error logging, read. Bagan says, can you share the TLDR of what you're working on? Sure. So I'm working on this tool called Precommit. And I'm particularly building a feature today for a CI system that I'm building as kind of like a startup thing. But the idea behind Precommit is it's a tool to manage code formatters and linters, as well as Git hooks. The Git hooks is kind of the optional part. And the basic idea, once you have Precommit set up, is you add a configuration file to your repository, which lists a set of tools and versions, and it knows how to integrate with Git hooks, again, optionally Git hooks, and it knows how to install and run those tools. Kind of the selling point of Precommit is it knows how to do the installation part. So basically you can go from having just Precommit and a little YAML file, and it will set up a bunch of these tools for you and run them against the files. And here's an example where it ran some like whitespace fixers, a YAML checker, and the Python code formatter Black. But it also works for a bunch of other programming languages as well. Swearblocked says, are you Anthony? Yes, that is me. My name is Anthony. I am Anthony Writes Code. It's me. Miguel says, I thought you couldn't run Git in CMD. I thought you had to use WSL. Yeah, I have Git Bash installed, and I've installed the Git tools globally. So I am able to use them in command. ImageIfty says, is that an Ergodox? No, this is the Kinesis Freestyle Pro, which you can check out by doing bang keyboard and keyboard. And you can, yeah, you can check out the Kinesis Freestyle Pro there. Void Rose says, hello, Anthony Rad's Code. How's it going, Void Rose? Welcome back. Chazarette says, gotta work. See you later, erroneously. All right, I'll see you around. Also, GM Knight is here. How's it going, GM Knight? Hello. Swearblock says, I hear you writes code. Sometimes I writes code. His name is Anthony Writes Code. Yes. Kez9 says, do you recommend black? I do recommend black, however, I don't use it myself. I don't like some of the decisions that it made. But other than that, it's good. It's a good idea. Woodrose says, does Preprint CI work like other CI systems? How is it different? So it will not work the same as other CI systems. It's intended to be a purpose-built CI system just for running code formatters and linters. And it's essentially like, you don't set up any configuration, you just turn it on, and it runs precommit in the correct way with proper caching, and it'll do some cool stuff like commit back code formatting changes if necessary, and be super speedy. But yeah, it is already kind of working-ish. I should just leave this running because we might work on it later. Proxy run. That. Actually, that's all we need to do to get the read-only portion working. Stilly 2 demo. So it already kind of works, but I'm only running it locally. I have not deployed it to the cloud yet. I haven't really even figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but that'll be some stuff that we stream eventually. But yeah, I've been debugging with pull requests, which is why there's all these closes and opens and force pushes and stuff. But it is now reporting results. So you can see here's a PR run where it succeeded, and you can click through to this details page, which needs a bunch of polishing, but I've started polishing stuff like, the header is somewhat polished, and we have some fancy SVG icons here. You actually get the output from the rundown here, and you get like a nice status here. And if it's pending, you get this kind of yellowy view, and if it's failed, you get a view like this. These are fudged data, but it'll eventually work for actually failed runs and actually pending runs. I think actually pending runs work, but it's really hard to catch them because the runs only take like, this one took 6.8 seconds. So yeah, it's if you refresh in the right 6-second window, you can see the pending thing. But yeah, hopefully that answers that. ImageIfty says, what's the best logger to use in Python projects? The built-in one, logging, or other things? So, I really don't like logging in Python. I think that, I think logging is useful if used correctly. I find that people abuse logging when they actually mean to debug stuff. And you can kind of answer debugging queries in a much better way by actually using a debugger than by using logging. That said, I've worked with 3 different log frameworks. Like, I've worked with just the standard library logging, which is kind of, it works. It's not great. It kind of works. It's all global variables under the scene, though, so it's a little bit jank. I've also worked with, what is Hinix one called? Structlog? Yeah, Structlog, this thing. I've worked with this. This seems really nice, but I've only used it very briefly. I've not spent too much time with this. And I've also worked with Yelp's logging, which I actually really liked. It's kind of based on, it's based on the ideas of, what is the Facebook project? Scribe? And the idea behind Scribe is you just write fire and forget. Oh, wow. Wow, they're no longer using this. No longer maintained. Huh. Wonder what they're doing internally now. My guess is that they just stopped pushing to GitHub and they're actually still using this internally, but this was like essentially a you know, fire a log line, and there's an aggregator that eventually gobbles things together and puts them into, you know, S3 or a Taylor or Elasticsearch or whatever. But I don't know. I don't really think that my opinions on logging are super valid, so I would not take my advice here. Hey, what's up, Outdated Version? Welcome back. Good to see you again. And The Wanderer, how's it going? Hello, hello. Mikhail says, might work on it later. Kappa. Yeah. Mikhail says, Humanize looks neat. Yeah, it does work pretty well. So if you know, do like follow age, that's actually using Humanize, which is kind of just like, you know, nice date formatting. Kind of nifty. The date formatting that I'm using here is actually not using Humanize. This is my own crappy manual version, because Humanize doesn't have resolution below 44 seconds. And almost all of the pre-commit CI runs will be, you know, less than 44 seconds or whatever. I think it's 44 seconds. Or maybe that's moments cutoff. Maybe Humanize has a different cutoff, but why would they do this? I guess they do have support for milliseconds, although I don't really like this written out format. But what was I thinking of? Where is their little thing that talks about their time delta stuff? Natural delta, that's what we want. Holy crap. Oh, I guess this has... Okay, never mind. This has, second resolution. I think I'm thinking of Moment. Moment.js. Why am I remembering this number from somewhere? Moment.js 44. Maybe if I put this in quotes. I don't know, but one of these formatter, kind of like date formatter things, has a cutoff at 44 seconds where it just says recently or something like that, or like a moment ago or something like that. But anyway, hey, what's up, Juicebox Hero? Hello, hello, welcome back. It just sounds specific, so I wonder why. Yeah, it is very specific, and I don't know the reason why. The Wanderer says, Anthony, are you looking for a job right now? I too am looking for new grad roles. Do you think Lyft is going to open new grad roles this year? Given that their business is not doing well, probably not, but maybe. I don't know. I have no insight to that anymore. I, you know, don't check in on their recruiting at all, so I have no idea, The Wanderer. I'm sorry. I'm currently not looking for a job, but I will at some point. Hi-Ho says r/suspiciously specific. Yes. This number, it means something. Yes. Woodrow says, do you like JavaScript? Do I enjoy writing JavaScript? Not really. Is it basically Python, but, you know, different? Yeah. So it's not terrible. I haven't written a lot of JavaScript in a long time, so I don't know that my opinion is valid anymore, because, you know, most of the JavaScript I wrote was pre-ES6. Like, was not allowed to use let because browsers didn't support it kind of deal. You know, jQuery was still the cool new thing. People didn't make fun of you for using jQuery. Which actually, because I'm using Bootstrap, this pulls in jQuery, which is kind of... What? You can just drag nodes around? I didn't know that was a thing. That's weird. Okay, anyway. But yeah, this is using jQuery. Code bullies, says Michaela. Yeah, bullying me for using the jQueries. Flush says, looks like it's a moment. See? I'm not crazy. Yeah, there we go. 44 seconds. Okay, cool. Apparently that's where things become approximately a minute. Also, they use that for hours also. I don't know why. Not sure why they picked that cutoff, but anyway, I'm not crazy. But anyway, that was what I was thinking of. Let's go back to here. Test slash, what is the test called that we're working on? Error handler? Stat dot s I right. Oops. Oh right, there's no control R. Ah, I hate command.exe. Okay, so it looks like even though we set the directory to be read-only, Windows is just like, nah, there's no such thing. So we're just gonna exfil this test on Windows. Alright. Which is fine. Fixtures, I think that's what it is. Fixtures. No. Util. Exfil if Windows. There we go. Exfil Windows. Wait, is that what it's called? I don't know. Exfil Windows. I think it's exfil if Windows. Oh, I hate command.exe. Why is it so bad? There we go. Okay, cool. So that's exfailed now. Gil says, I'm not crazy, but anyway, that's how I finish most conversations. I see. Clink, apparently this gives you command autocompletion stuff, but the last release was 3 years ago. Yeah, I've used Clink before. I could also just use Git Bash. Although, Git Bash is like slightly broken for virtualenv right now, and I have not gotten around to fixing it. But... oh, I know. This is gonna suck. Oh, I think we can just do this. Pragma Windows no cover. If Pragma Windows no cover. See, coverage erase and coverage run and pytest test slash error handler test and coverage report include pre-commit error handler and test slash error handler test. No data to report. What do you mean, no data to report? Oh, maybe I have to do this? Why is that not working? Oh, there's no jump to line? Shit. Really? I could have sworn I just used this keyboard triangle. Oh, it's Control Shift underscore. I see. 197. Huh. Oh, this is supposed to be Win32 no cover. Okay, so that is working, and if I delete this, I'm gonna have to make the same change in the other file, because I definitely typoed that. Pre-commit, pre-commit / error handler, Control Shift underscore. I like I'm switching between Babby and Nano here, just because of my muscle memory. Yay, that works. Cool. From what I remember, Commando VM comes with a super good terminal too, but I don't know what it is or like. I see, yeah. Lidro says, just use Windows Subsystem for Linux. Well, I'm actually testing Windows here, so that would not help me, unfortunately. Would not help. Commander, yeah, Commander. He doesn't know the shortcuts on his own text editor. He literally wrote from scratch. Yeah. Well, I know the shortcut. I know what it's supposed to be, but Windows treats Control Shift underscore the same as what Command treats Control Alt underscore. Or sorry. Command is Control Shift underscore, and GNOME Terminal is Control Alt underscore. So it's just a platform difference that I'm not familiar with. Then I should be able to take this diff and because I don't actually have a way to push from Windows, but this will fix that. Okay, commit mend and git push origin head -f. Kaz9 says, what's the best combo of linter, code formatter, and type checker for Python? So everyone is going to have a slightly different opinion here, because there are many choices. Like I have a particular set that I like to use. There's a particular set that other people like to use, but it's really going to be up to your decision there. Like the fewest number of tools is probably using like reorder Python imports plus Black plus MyPy. That's probably your smallest set, plus Flake8. So, 4 tools there. And you can combine all those tools with pre-commit, so you kind of have like 5-ish tools. I actually use a bunch more tools though. So I use, well, a bunch of one-off linters and formatters here, but I use Flake8, which is a linter. I use AutoPep8, which is a code formatter. You can ignore this. This is dog fooding stuff. I use PyUpgrade, which is a code formatter. I use reorder Python imports, which is a code formatter. I use add trailing comma. This is kind of the black replacement. This is a code formatter. And I use some code formatters for other files. So this is for setup.cfg. And I use MyPy to do type checking. Yellow says, what is the difference between a linter and a code formatter? It's possible that I have created this terminology, but I usually refer to linters as things that don't make changes to your files, and code formatters as things which make changes to files. Michaela says, add trailing comma. I heard some Pokemon nerd made that one. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Michaela. That's why it says Acetilia right here, and right here, and right here. And not here, but kind of. And also right here. But that's indeed true. But yes. But yeah, that should fix one of the patches. Of course you made all of them, yeah. I mean, I've kind of built this infrastructure around myself. But yeah, so this partially fixes one of the issues that I wanted to fix here. That is not what I wanted to click on. There we go. 1536. Relates to 1536. When are you making your own programming language? So funny thing about that, my friend Buck and I had started drafting ideas for a new programming language. Like basically some of the thoughts were like, take the good parts of Python and like the good parts of like some strongly typed language and make a like partial interpreter, partial compiler kind of deal and like build a language like that. But I haven't seen Buck in forever, and like we never really got super far on the project. But it was, I guess it was more like a thought experiment of like, what parts of Python do we like and what parts do we not like? And what stuff can we steal from other languages that seems good? But we never really actually got anywhere majorly functional with that, which is fine. But yeah, there's one other pull request here that is a work in progress PR. There's a low-flying personal aircraft going over my house right now. Would it basically be like TypeScript with Python? Kind of, except TypeScript is still like sort of interpreted. It would be more like, you know, Crystal to Ruby kind of deal. At least that was the plan, was to have like an actual something that compiles down to like LLVM or similar. But yeah, and if you're not familiar with Crystal, it's basically strongly typed compiled Ruby. Whereas TypeScript is like strongly like type hinting JavaScript. Wait, there's a Wolfram Alpha for what planes are overhead? Really? That's the thing? Hey, what's up, Ernest Storend? Ernie Storsend? I don't know. Sorry if I butchered your name, but welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Hopefully you're doing well. What the fuck? Why is this a thing, and why is this so cool? It probably doesn't work for personal aircrafts, though. This is probably just for, like, oh, maybe it does work for personal aircraft. Huh. This is super cool. This is also super creepy, but this is super cool. I didn't know that was a thing, Michaela. Thank you for that. Voter says, have you been following the work on Jonathan Blow's new Jai language? That seems promising. I have not. I don't want to watch a video. I just want to see something that shows not a video. Can I see a syntax example? Here we go. MrPhilGames.com. Why do I like press X'd out here? Hey, what's up, Zebrajack? Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. And Sweetku, welcome back, who says, hey Anthony, how would you get curses to work on Windows? So this domain doesn't resolve. So the way curses works on Windows, so Python itself doesn't ship with curses, but you can install a separate package. Babio. You can install a separate package which will patch curses. Well, it'll install basically the underscore curses module, but it's a PyPI package. So it's not actually distributed with CPython itself. And the way that I do that in Babby is this bit right here, where we install Windows-curses on only the platform of Windows 32. Hey, what's up, Magneto Roy? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And this works well enough for Babby. There are a lot of differences though, so you gotta be careful of those, but for the most part it just kind of works. Hey, what's up, CHP1SB? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I can show you some of the differences as well. Babby screen.py. So some of the keys have different mappings on Windows. So like a lot of these ones come from Windows curses. So like the arrow keys are all different, and the delete key is different, and the alt keys are different, and control plus the arrow keys is different. A bunch of stuff is different. Hey, what's up, MD5H? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, that's Windows curses. It mostly works. There is some little fiddly things you have to do though. CHP1SB says, "Is that a VM?" Yes. It is an Ubuntu virtual machine. If you want to learn more about my VM, I have a video link for that on Stream FAQ, which is this link here, and I believe there's links in the description of that which show how I get things set up. Yeah, says, I remember looking into curses stuff and thought it just didn't work on Windows. I've been wanting to make a text-based game with curses instead of all those new lines. Yes, it does kind of work, so you could do that. JB Pratt says, howdy chat. How's it going, JB Pratt? Welcome back. Suika says, so just add that Windows curses sysplatform32 in the requirements.txt file? Yes, that should work. If you're distributing a library, it would be in install requires, which is how Babby does it. I can give you a link to the exact line in Babby if you want to see how that works. Win. Oh my god. Oh my god, what have I done? Oh my god, what have I done? Go away. Windows curses. There we go. Sometimes keyboarding is hard. But yeah, you can check that out there. Why doesn't this guy have a web page for his programming language? Anyway. But no, I have not seen that programming language. Swiki says, you're the best! Yeah, no problem. Happy to help. As always. Okay. So this patch should eventually be green. But it's not green yet. This one is failing. Why are you failing? Why are you failing? It's failing on everything, so... Oh, I see. So we're talking on the list will remove in a future version, run pre-commit migrate config to automatically fix this. Cool. Okay, so this is the new warning that I added, and it looks like one of the tests is failing before that. So it looks like I should adjust this test. Yeah, check out. Let's clean up some of these branches. Whip, warning, old config style. Start by rebasing, because why not? Line are you failing on? 130. So we can fix this by doing this. And coverage report include equals */client_lib star.py. No data found. There we go. So this line is not hit. Which I believe... Uh-oh. How are you not hit? Really? How how is this passing right now? That's weird. Hey, what's up, Alamba78? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. Maybe it's in a different test? Oh, maybe it's only failing. Oh, I think it's only failing. Yeah, that's fine. Validation error. Yeah, so this is that failing. Test check, type tag, success. Check, type, tag, file. That should fix that coverage there. Okay, but that's not actually what we're fixing here. Kaz9 says, what is static analysis and how does it make your reordering module better than isort? Isort has actually changed this recently, so I'm not sure that it's still better because I haven't audited their 5.0 version because they've supposedly changed this. But the way isort used to work, and may still work this way, because I'm not entirely sure that they've done anything again, is isort would only be able to identify modules properly if they were installed. And so in order to sort your imports, you would need to install all your dependencies, which is a big pain in the butt. But reorder Python imports works even if you don't have anything installed. It knows how to identify your modules properly. And this is especially important for pre-commit, where all of the tools get installed in isolated environments, and they won't have access to your application's dependencies. So that's kind of the sell there. I usually refer to that as dynamic analysis. I'm not sure if I've invented that term or not, though. So that could be an Anthony special right there. ZebraDrac says, do you follow Pep8 or some other style guide? I use the Flake8 tool. I'm actually the maintainer of Flake8. So I tend to just adhere to the default rule set for Flake8, which is roughly based on Pep8. You actually cannot follow Pep8 because there are parts of Pep8 that are contradictory. So if somebody tells you they're adhering to Pep8, they're not exactly correct, but they're probably implying that they try and, heed some of the guidance there. There are also parts of Pep8 that are not enforceable because they are opinion-based. But yeah, I roughly follow Pep8. You can consider that. Foodoo says hi. Hello, Foodoo. Welcome back. Let me figure out which test is actually testing this list format. Test validate config list format is okay. Hey, what's up, Toby++? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I think if we look at the log output for this one, we should be able to see this. Let's see if we put this in a file. Interesting. That actually doesn't set up the loggers properly. Interesting. So there's something to fix. Logging handler. So we need to use this context manager there. Agreement client lib. Oh, there's some overdrawing going on here. That's fine though. How does this work? I'm actually going to move this. Actually, this makes things way easier. I don't know why I didn't move this before, because these are pretty tightly coupled. Add color option. Oh my goodness, this is everywhere. We'll just do replace instead. Do we use any of the other? Any of the other ones? We don't there. Pigment dot color import and import. Add color option. Although I wonder if I do mocking. We do in here. But I don't think that matters. Let's see what happens here. Brainwash says, would it be an issue for you to go back to a normal style keyboard after using this for a long time? I still use my laptop, and I'm still reasonably fast at typing on that, so I don't think it's actually, you know, training me too much in the wrong direction, I guess. Yeah, so I think I'm still mostly fine. But yeah, it is like very different. Sitting at this desk and using a different keyboard is pretty different for me. And I have tried to switch back to my other keyboard just to try it. White Rose says, "What is your typing speed?" Well, on this computer, on this keyboard, I'm averaging right around 100 words per minute. But I've usually been like 120-ish on other keyboards. On my laptop, I'm like 115, so I'm actually faster on my crappy laptop keyboard than I am on this. Let me just do a real quick typing test here, so we can, you know, show off some of my speed. This one's gonna be slow. I can already tell. Oh, that was good. 126 words per minute. Anyway, I can go real fast, but that was actually a pretty good one. Anyway, but yeah, I have decent typing speed. Dun, 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 dun. Pre-commit, color import, and color option. From pre-commit, logging, import, add logging handler. And color option parser. Hey, what's up, Kaio Ragazi? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. You can do this in the other one as well. Whoops. Which is where? Validate config main, validate manifest main. No module name pregame.logging. Logging handler. Logging handler. Can an import name from that? Why is package resources involved? Oh, it's not add logging handler, it's just logging handler. Add logging handler, just to logging handler. Hey, there we go. Cool. That's what I wanted to see there. Kaz9 says, woo, you are speed, not too shabby. Kaz9 says, interesting syntax colors. So I'm actually using the VS Code VS Dark Plus theme in my text editor with one modification. So that's what these colors come from. So if you've used VS Code before, these should be pretty familiar. Hey, what's up, Jugmac? Hello, hello. Good evening. It's just barely afternoon for me, but it's good to see you. How are you doing? I'm doing pretty well. But what I wanted to do... This is not the right repo, neither is that. How do I look at logging output? Is the question here. I can probably just look at cap out. Task whitelib list. Cap out. Let's see what happens there. Cap out.get. Cool. Cool. Alright. Why did it print twice? What the fuck? Why are you printing twice? I don't know what's up with that. If you do bang editor brainwashed, you can get to Babby. Literal says I use Gruvbox. Yeah, we set up. We went down this rabbit hole before. Config Babby. So we had set up Gruvbox at some point, just to show what it looks like. Tilde config Babby Gruvbox. Hard to config Babby theme.json sf. You can see this is the old Gruvbox here. It's a pretty good theme. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. What was the one that I really liked? That was not one of these. Man, it took us fucking forever to get Dark Purple working, and then it was so underwhelming. I remember that. Was it Night Owl that I liked? Yeah, I think it was Night Owl that I liked. That sounds kind of nice. Very high contrast. Very, very high contrast. A nice use of italics, too. But anyway, let me put back the one that I had. VS Dark. Nice Tilly, and then okay, cool. Cool. So why is this outputting twice? Probably because we set up the logging handler twice. We do. We set it up with use color equals false. So this is not reentrant, is what I am seeing. Oh, fuck. Annoying. So annoying. But I guess we can just, you know, assert the output twice. This is again like why I hate the fucking logging module. It's just such garbage. Such garbage. It's globals everywhere, and so it's really hard to manage properly. And you know, this is one case where I'm not managing it properly, and I don't really care. We can just do assert what? Assert warning. Warning, normalizing pre-commit configuration to a top level map. Sir cap out dot get dot starts with start. Sure. What? What did I fuck up here? I typoed configuration. I see. I see! Anyway, that looks good now. Cas9 says I use Iceberg in NeoVim. What does Iceberg look like? Interesting. Do they have one for Sublime or any of the other ones? Oh, here we go. Visual Studio Code, Iceberg theme. Let's grab this and see what it looks like. Bin download theme. This. Oh, I forget how this script works. Right, we need a CSUN. Iceberg from here. Ooh. This looks like some of the colors are missing. This looks like a lot of the colors are missing. Is this what it's supposed to look like? Like, this is not what it's supposed to look like. It's possible that they use... Yeah, this is missing a bunch of colors. It's possible that they use theme functionality that Babby doesn't support, because I never implemented the full theme spec because my theme didn't need it. Let's see. I think I implemented commas. Maybe I didn't implement commas. There do not look like very many rules in here. Maybe it just doesn't work for Python? Anyway. We tried. But we're back to there now. Okay, cool. This test passes. I think that's what I wanted to do. Commit dash amend. Import reorder, cool. We're in an old list style configuration. Yes. Yes, indeed. Awesome. Jugmax says, thanks. Was a good day. Migrated my last Python 2 project. Nice! You're finally free from the shackles that is Python 2. I think the only thing that I have left that I earnestly maintain... Oh, I guess I have two things left that are Python 2. Tox is still Python 2, and... oh, we want dash F. Oops. Tox is still Python 2, and Flake8 is still Python 2. Gotta finish those ones soon. But I think Tox might be dropping it at the end of the year, and I'm just gonna drop Flake8 whenever I want to. Nice. I'm surprised that usually Pi upgrade doesn't actually decrease the number of lines code that much, but sometimes it does, so that's pretty good. I like that. Twitter says, Night Owl looks good. Is it normal that I hate debugging? I actually kind of like debugging. Jugmax says, what's your take on Structlog? I haven't used it enough to have an opinion. We actually talked about this a little bit earlier. The ideas of Structlog seem really nice. But I also I haven't worked in an environment where I had to configure it. I was just a consumer of Structlog, so. Well, I don't know. Knuckleax says, I want to stop using the default VS Code theme, but the themes that look nice to me use italics. So you can always turn off italics in a theme. It's pretty easy to edit them. They're just JSON files. And so if we take, for instance, the Night Owl theme, config babby Night Owl gq.this, and if we find one of their, it's font style. You can just drop all of these font style nodes from their theme, and that will fix it for you. And then you don't need to do that. Or then you don't have italics, so that works pretty well. Big Mac says, I'm sold on Darkula theme. Do I have Darkula? ls config babby. I don't have Darkula. Let's look at Darkula. Darkula theme VS Code. 5 days ago. That's reasonably up to date. And download theme Darkula. Ooh. Very orange. I don't like the string color though. This needs to pop a little bit more. But looks pretty nice beyond the string thing. Very, very orangey. William says, wow, you're writing code today. Contrast to last night's stream. I wrote some code last night. We got the 22 lines or whatever. We did like 3 things yesterday. Right? Right? What did we do yesterday? We fixed that bug in Babby that's been around for forever. Is that all I did yesterday? I swore I did something else. Oh, we started working on this PR. So I've just been finishing up these pull requests as well. Kaz9 says, some are missing there. Toby++ says, this looks like a color filter was applied to the output. A5 says, I think 18 lines, 4 of which were comments. No, it was more than that by the end. Let me see. Let me see. It was this pull request, and it was plus 40 minus 5. Plus 40. And how many of them were comments? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So plus 35 minus 5. So plus 30. 40 delta. I got some shit done, man. I got some shit done. Man, you guys are so feisty that I didn't get enough work done. I don't know. I felt like I got a decent amount of work done. Okay, so let's see. We can unwhip this. Ready for a review. This one is ready for merge. Let's see if the patch still looks good. So we took this old code. Grab. Storedir. Okay, Storedir is used. If it's writable, we tell to look at the output. Otherwise, we write to standard out. That looks good. And I added a test for it. And the test sets up the store, but tells why it's not setupable. And we unwritable the store. Then we make sure that we're exiting with the right exit code, and that the output is correct. But yeah, that looks good. Cool. Cool. Dun, 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 dun. Volcare says, or is it Volcare AI says, hey, what is this? So the thing that I'm working on, if you do bang projects, you can see, well, I guess the project, the project output isn't exactly spot on today because it links to pre-commit CI, which is kind of what I'm working on, but I'm particularly working on the .com portion of that. So that's what's going on there. But yeah, we merged that. I'm gonna go fill up my water again. So I will be right back. I will see you guys in a sec. And I'm not sure we're gonna work on after I get back, but we'll find something to do. So I will be right back in a sec. Hello. I'm back. How's it going? I feel like I've been pretty productive today. Maybe. I've merged two things. We've wrote some code, I guess. So feeling good about that. But we'll let this finish. The question is now, what do I want to work on? Because I didn't think I was gonna get these things done. So this went faster than I expected. We could work on some like front-endy stuff for pre-commit CI, which I kind of don't want to work on for some reason. I just really don't want to. Do I have any other work in progress stuff that I could work on? Let's see. Oh, we have this old patch, which I haven't worked on in a while. Could do that. Anything else in here? I could work on this. I don't really want to work on that. This would be pretty easy though. Let's work on Pi upgrade. See how easy this is going to be to fix. Oh, I didn't leave my tests in here. That's kind of crappy. New superclass V2. Yeah, so we worked on this a little bit on stream. But I don't know that I found all the bugs here. 305. Did I leave enough information here? This was rolled out in 2.6 and reverted in 2.6.1. There are some cases where particularly odd calling constructs broke things. Yeah, so I think we fixed this already. But I think there's another case where it is not fixed, where things look really ugly. Let's start by rebasing this and running the tests, see what the tests say. The tests are passing, so that's at least good. Hi-ho says we can work on my PhD project then, right? Yeah, that's how that works. Is your PhD project something that you can show on stream? So I don't know. I could look at your code and see what I think about it. But let's see, super test. So problem is with this new style super, old style super class. Okay, yeah. So these are the tests that I had written for that. We'll add another one that I know is broken, even though when's the last time I worked on this? Fucking beginning of June, so over a month. Oops. Come on. CB. Did you see it there? I reached for the N to type \n. I still haven't unlearned that one. Self. I did it again. Fucking A. B.F self. So the problem is if it has new lines here, I think this is not reformatted properly, which means I'm using the wrong helper to call this, do this rewrite here. So we'll have to fix that. So this should be super.f and remove that argument there. ID equals multi-line super call. Kind of give it a little descriptive name here. I can actually butt these up against each other. I think that's failing. Well, it's failing for other reasons right now, because I forgot a single quote. And I probably forgot it when I copied and pasted it too. Why is there a comma here? Why is there a comma here? What am I doing? There we go. Okay, yeah. So this is the problem here. What the fuck? Oh, I see. So it didn't put a new line here, and the white space is all messed up. So yeah, I gotta fix that up. Hey, what's up, Nixionative? Welcome back. See, I recognized you even though I can't see your name. Even though I can't see your name. I was like, oh, this is the Nixionative badge. Indeed. Welcome back with 3 Python. This is a funny emote. Good old Michael Reeves. Hi-ho says, well, there's Python involved and you can look at the repo. I see. Recursive Chat says, is there a Python format that can format something like this? Hello, Recursive Chat. Welcome back. That can do that as a format. I mean, I don't know of anyone that would do this as a format. However, add trailing comma will leave this format alone. And you could, it has code that goes from, you know, this format to this format. And so presumably you could write the same code, but in reverse. But I don't know of anyone that does this out of the box, Recursive Chat. But it would be possible. Hi-ho says, but I don't think that's going to be interesting or tell you much. I see. RN4VV says, universities let you keep your email forever. Some do. University of Michigan has allowed me to keep mine forever. I assume that's what you're referring to, because my email address on these is acetilly at umich.edu. Let's see, how do I show this? .patch. Yeah, so you can see that it is still acetilly at umich.edu. So yeah, I still have that email address, and I use it for my open source stuff and things. A5Kill says the hive mind will assimilate your project. You will be assimilated. I'm not American. Most Indian universities don't even provide an email. What? What? Whoa. Looking at the README is not going to tell you much. Oh, I see. I'm not American either. It's fairly common for European countries. I see. Just regex it. I mean, you could. Can you do this with regex? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know. I would probably do with the token stream. That would be my best bet. Plus a little bit of the AST, because you really want to only rewrite functions that are function calls that contain just a list literal, or just a dictionary literal, or just a tuple literal, and no extra arguments. But you could do something like that. Do you want me to sketch this out? I feel like it would actually kind of be cool to make this small code formatter. Original VM pip install. We're gonna use tokenize RT since that's the tokenized round tripper that I know how to use. Import tokenize RT def main optional sequence stir equals none int 0 import arg parse. Any number of arguments, args equals parse args. Or file name in args.file names. Let's see, what do I do for PyUpgrade? Oh, a little bit of lag there. Oh, we want to pass argv in here. Fix file. Equals 1 or equals fix file name. Fix file name stir int. If we can just copy paste this and get it to UTF-8. And once we have that, we want to AST parse it. Hey, what's up, Silento? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're going to use an AST parser to find those particular call constructs that we want. Class visitor. Import AST visitory. Node visitor. And we're going to visit calls. Also need some state here. Self.calls should be a set of offsets. And we need some condition here, and then self.generic visit node. And then we'll do the token rewriting part after that. Hi-Ho says, I mean, you do a lot of coding and math, but at the end of the day, you get something that you can listen to. And if you did it right, it might even sound nice. Oh, cool. Kirby says, oh my, that keyboard. If you want to learn more about the keyboard, there's Bang Keyboard in the chat, and you can check that out. A5 Kill says, Nah made its audio and therefore math, and therefore makes me cry. I see. That makes sense. Math can be sad for those of us that don't like math. I actually like math, but that's just me. Let's see, visitor equals visitor dot visit AST obj. If not visitor dot calls, return contents text. So this is, again, there's a lot of shortcuts here. So like if it's not AST parsable, we just skip it. If it's not there's no particular calls that we're looking for, we skip it. If it's oh wait, why is this supposed to return int? I guess we made a second function inside it. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, we'll make a second function in here. Then, and we return this. Contents, text, stir to stir. As the Fazza says, Anthony, have you gotten GPT-3 access? I just got it today, and it is mind-blowingly cool. I have not gotten access. I also haven't applied for access. It seems interesting, but it also seems like something that I don't know, don't really care so much about. Like, I kind of understand like how it would work, but it seems like maybe not the most interesting for me. I don't know. But I probably could be convinced otherwise if somebody would show me like a neat code formatting or linting example that uses it or something like that. Like, I don't know, I imagine if you taught it enough about the AST and like some pattern matching on nodes, like maybe you could implement this as a linter using GPT-3. But I don't know. Return tokens to source tokens. For I token in reversed enumerate reversed enumerate, and what else do we have? Tokens to source and probably source to tokens, and that's how we'll deal with this. If token.offset in visitor.calls, then we'll be doing some work here. Break a point. And Fazza says, I fed it my entire Slack logs and just started asking it questions about the status of my products, and it was able to answer everything correctly. Damn. That's pretty fucking cool. That's like actually kind of amazing. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We need to look at a particular call and add it to there. But I think we have the right structure here. Assuming we get the syntax right. Import tokenize from typing import optional, import sys, I'm typing import sequence. I need the AST parse from here. What do you mean? There we go. Paste that in there, and I'll give you guys all this source code when we're done, even though I'm probably not going to commit this anywhere. Set. Oops. From typing import set. W says, what is the main purpose of typing in Python? Readability, debugging? Is this a default coding style, so to speak? So there's a couple advantages to using typing in Python. Probably the most popular advantage is to get tab completion in your IDE or text editor. I don't have tab completion yet, so it's not actually doing that for me. But it's really nice in like IntelliJ or I guess PyCharm is what it's called now. And VS Code and such to get tab completion for a lot of the stuff. But the thing that I use it for is static analysis and, you know, some amount of first line of defense of code validation. And I use a tool called MyPy to do type checking of stuff. So if we run MyPy on my t.py file, warning, this is not defined. drawings module. What is the fucking option? This is the fastest way to find the option, because I know it's right here. Ignore missing imports. That's what we want. But yeah, you can see like it can do some type checking analysis here. So like this function says it's supposed to return none, and if we accidentally, you know, had something else here, you could see that MyPy would say like, oh, there was no return value here expected, but you had one anyway. But let's do an example file that we wanted to rewrite. So you had like some function call with some mapping type in it, and you wanted to rewrite this to this, like so, something like that. We might also put something, let's put a function there. We might have like foo with a list in it as well. And we can rewrite that to this. And what else we want? Tuple and set as well. Foo tuple. Yes, yes, we're still listening to the music. And set. Let's space these a little bit better so that we can save some space in this file. And the set. Did I do the set? No, that's the end state. But those are kind of our cases here. Why did I fuck up the spacing so badly here? Anyway, these are the ones that we want to rewrite, and we'll go through and fix all those up. We might also want to do this for list comprehensions and set comprehensions as well. And generators. Although generators is going to be tricky because we don't know whether the parentheses are there or not. But yeah. But yeah, hopefully that's helpful about typing. And if you want to get started in typing, I have a video about it on YouTube. And let's see, MyPy. Introduction to Python typing and MyPy. And this actually talks a little bit about that as well. Hey, what's up, Simplex? Haven't seen you in a really long time. Welcome back. Good to see you. Pikachu says, speaking of tab completion, are you going to implement it from scratch or using external helpers? I don't know yet. I'm probably leaning towards using some language server support. The thing is, I don't want it to be Python specific because this editor works for any programming language, although I primarily use it for Python, but you know, it would be good if it worked for basically anything. Okay, but anyway, this gives us some examples to go with. To do dict comp, set comp, list comp. Do those as well. But let's run this file, t2.py, 2.py.back, just to keep a backup. And if we run t.py on t2.py, we should be able to start debugging some of this. Wait a minute. What happened? Why did we not? Oh. If name equals main. Forgot to make it an actual script. Namespace has no attribute of file names. Okay, so we have our node here. Oh. We're gonna want to use AST Pretty. This is my pretty printer for the AST that makes this a little bit easier to work with. Import AST Pretty, AST Pretty.pprint node. And okay, so we have args and we have keywords. So we basically want to say if node.args, if len node.args equals 1 and not node.keywords. Is there anything else in here? Yeah, I think that's that. So if those two things are true, if not keywords, and there's one argument, and is instance node.args one of these things, ast.list, ast. Actually, probably want to sort these. Sticked, tuple, and set. Sort those bad boys. And we'll also do comprehension types as well. And Simplex says, been kind of burned out with programming right now. I'm just trying to find a website project to start. Oh, I see. Nice. Initiative says, oh, you're using your own text editor? Yes, indeed. If you do bang editor in chat, thank you, JB Pratt, for linking that. And yeah, I'm using my own text editor that I wrote from scratch for reasons. This should be a constant. Rewritable types. Rewritable types. And we need some other cases here. Tuple's actually going to be tricky, so we might have some trouble with that first. Or we might... This one's going to be problematic, I already know, because tuples are weird in Python. So in Python, tuples usually have parentheses around them, but the parentheses actually mean nothing for the tuple, and the tuple is actually just the comma, except for empty tuples. But the AST does fiddly things with those. If it's that, and this, and what? Node.args 0. This should be 0. And the line number is equal to call.line_now plus 1. So this is like if it starts on the next line. I think that's all we need to know here. Self.calls. .add. Offset. Node.line number. Node.call offset. Okay, so that should collect all of our calls. So that's the AST portion of this. Fuck. Call is not defined. Node call.node no. What was I doing here? Okay, so now we're at the tokens part. And we have visitor.calls, so we should have gotten what? How many of these? We got 4 of them. And we had what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we found all of the positions in the file, and so if we go to line 5, oops, go to line 5, we have this call, we go to line 16, we have this call, go to line 27, we have this call, and go to line 38, we have this call. So we properly identified all of these, which is good. Solus says, F fixed one bug, created another similar bug. Yeah, that's the way of software, brother. That's just the way things go. Nalstoska says, how do you set the gap between applications? I use this really fucking awesome window manager. It's called Anthony Window Manager, where I manually place the windows in a place that looks pretty. Yeah, but you could use a thing like i3 gaps, which I've used once, and it seems like a thing that would do this, but I don't really like tiling managers myself. I use the mouse, so. But, yeah. Toby Plus Plus says the best window manager. It's me. Recursive Chat says the poor man's window manager. It's true, it's true. What an awesome window manager. Now it's off? Wait, really? Like it is like 1 pixel off. Sometimes the window manager has bugs. Anyway, that should be a little bit better. It's really hard to tell. Okay, I think it's a little bit too low. Usually I don't spend too much time on this. I'm just like, close enough. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. But anyway, James Wine says, on Mac, Magnet works well. On Windows, there's Power Toys, and on Linux, i3 Gaps does okay. Nice. Nice. Initiative says, swallowing is an orgasmic experience in window managers. What? What? I mean, I assume your phrasing was intentional. Use effect and react will load infinitely if you aren't careful. And I'm clearly not being careful. I see. Actually don't know enough about react. Okay. But what we want to do now is find the parenthesis offs, or the parenthesis tokens. So tuple enumerate tokens. We have 100. we have a lot of fucking tokens here. But we're looking at token 132, which is right here, which is this function token. And what we're going to try and do is eliminate this here, these white space tokens between these parentheses, and then we need to change the indentation of this here. So we need to kind of do two things. Fortunately, I think we know how much indentation to gobble based on this here. Although, I think that might be a little bit unreliable. But we can find the indentation of the current token. How do we want to do this? We want to make sure that everything inside is decreased by a certain amount. But yeah. Initiative says, basically when launching a program through a terminal, it takes the space of the terminal and returns to the terminal when you close the program. Oh, that's kind of cool. Sola says, I can teach you new React stuff whenever you feel like learning it. Yeah, that's true. I could probably figure out some of it myself as well. Initiative with the re-node emote. That's pretty good. Blue Sky says, I'm new here. What are you coding right now? I am down a fucking rabbit hole. Chat wanted to see whether I could write a code formatter that changes this sort of syntax into this syntax, and I just kind of took it and ran with it. And this was what, I don't know, like 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, and so we've been working on that since then. It's not really anything super useful, so to speak, but we're just doing a little tiny code formatter to kind of have like a small example of this. But we're pretty close to the like payoff point, but also we're pretty close to the oh shit, things get really difficult point. Let's see if I have the other one where I had to do similar indentation math. Because add trailing comma has to actually indent instead of dedent, because it does the opposite transformation in some situations. Initial indent. That sounds like a thing. Initial indent. Determine the initial indentation. Okay, that seems good. We'll steal this. Probably need that for something at some point. But how do I, where's the dedent code? New indent. Okay, so we're just adding 4 here. Do 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 do. Okay. This is for indenting. We don't actually need to do indenting, we just need to do dedenting. I think. Maybe. So this is less relevant. So we'll write our own little loop for that. But I think that will be helpful. Pikachu says, why not use one terminal and split it into tabs? I know not all terminals can do what but Terminator does, and you could give it a try. I also have a broadcast mode that emulates the behavior you described with Tmux. I think it was like a the hacker mode thing? Yeah. On YouTube. You're referring to this video. So I do use tabs in my terminal. Hacker mode Tmux debugging. This is actually like a really cool demo with Tmux. But I actually do use tabs, so you can see I have tabs here. Are you saying like why don't I use one window and like use splits? Because GNOME Terminal doesn't support it for one. But also I like to use the mouse basically. Blue Sky says, how did it go from that few lines to this labyrinth of lines of code? I'm new to coding, by the way, so I don't know much. I started learning through C through online courses recently. C is an interesting choice for a first language. That seems like a lot of work. But so the reason that I was able to go to all of these lines rather quickly is I've written a bunch of these sort of code formatters. And so I'm kind of like, you know, picking bits and pieces from other stuff that I've already done. Hi-Ho says, I'm gone for today. Have a good one. Well, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you around in the future. Good to have you as always. Initiative says, panes are usually not a terminal feature, but by using a multiplexer. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I tend to not like multiplexers myself. I use Tmux occasionally, but not all that much. Okay, so... we have this. We're actually going to change this to J. While this is not in new lines, I'll need to grab that constant from the other thing as well. If J is greater than or equal to, and J is an indent token, then we do that. Otherwise, initial indent is 0. Let's grab those constants. New lines and indent tokens. Move this function down a bit. And we need to import some of those names. We need to import escaped new line and unimportant white space. We don't use non-coding tokens. Cool. Okay, we also need to search forward for the opening brace while tokens I.name does not equal up and tokens I.source. Actually, I can probably just do tokens I.source does not equal the opening thing, then I plus equals 1. This will get us to the opening brace. And then we need to search forward for the first grouping bracket, the next bracket thing. Marcodev says, are you watching Stephen Wolfram sometimes? I've seen his stream lag once or twice. I don't tune into him very often though. This guy says, I know low-level language, if I'm not correct, kind of annoying that I need to write everything, but my course taught me C, then Python, and then somehow SQL. That's the program at least. What's your recommendation on being proficient in coding? I mean, this is kind of my advice about getting started with programming. My advice is to like build projects. I'm very much a project-based learner, so that's kind of my style of learning. Other people like books. I'm not very much of a book person. But that's kind of my advice. But it sounds like you have a kind of a bunch of different choices of programming language, so that's better. I thought you were just learning C. I was gonna be like, yikes. But yeah, that's good. Schism says, "Hello there. Could you tell me a bit about what you're working on? I just discovered your channel." We're, for the lulz, writing a code formatter that changes this code into this code. Why? I don't know. It felt like something to do. And so we're a bit down a rabbit hole, but we're getting close to the payoff. We've gotten to the point where we've identified how indented this function is. We have found this curly, or this parenthesis. We just need to find this curly brace, and this parenthesis. And then I think we'll be able to do the white space manipulation. At least that's the plan. Blue Sky says, "And how long are you going to be streaming?" So usually I stream, I don't know, like 3 or 4 hours on a given day, and I'm 3 hours in today, so probably less than an hour. But I usually stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, so you could catch my stream on a bunch of different days. And next Saturday, we're going to be doing a 24-hour stream. Why? I don't know. Because chat wanted it to be a thing, and so it became a thing. But we'll be streaming on next Saturday for 24 hours straight. We're not going to be doing code for the whole thing, but we'll be doing a mix of a bunch of stuff. And so it should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it, but also dreading it. We'll see what happens. I guess we can just do brace depth equals 1. Brace depth equals 1. Or equals 1, yeah. I plus equals 1. While brace depth. So this is where we're doing kind of a stack to figure out where things are increasing or decreasing in the list of things. I'm actually going to show you some bugs in this code, so we're not going to implement this perfectly. We're just going to get it pretty good, and we'll actually I'll probably end once I get it pretty good, and you guys could improve on it later. Hey, what's up, Schism? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. The Octocore Bear says, "Are Google programming challenges / interviews a useful method to learn?" I don't think so. I don't think they're very reflective of actual code that you end up writing in the real world. Let's see if tokens I.source is in the opening braces. If brace depth is equal to 1, then let's see. We're trying to grab the start and end brace of the inner argument. Start equals I, brace depth plus equals 1. Elif tokens I dot source is in the closing braces. Then, and again, if brace depth is equal to 2, right? Is that right? Yeah. We can actually do this so that it has some amount of symmetry here. Third n does not equal -1. So that should get us some of the parsing there. Let's try this again. Oh no, we are looping. Oh right, because we need to do I plus equals 1. Okay, so we have start, end, and I. And tuple enumerate tokens. Enumerate. So what did we have? We had 136, 149, 152. 136. That's the opening curly brace. That's good. One. Fuck. Do you guys remember the number? I don't remember the number. It should have been 149. 136, 149, and 152. That sounds about right. This is off by 1, though. That's fine. We can always subtract 1. let's see. Call start equals I, and then we can do call end equals I minus 1. So we need to delete the tokens between call start and start, and we need to delete the tokens between end and call end. But we need to do them in reversed order. The reason we do them in reversed order, because otherwise the array will shift in widths. Delete tokens end to call end, and then delete tokens call start to start. This will probably get us close. Let's see what this does. I don't think it'll actually do I don't think it'll actually do the proper indentation stuff here, but it'll be something. It'll do something. It'll probably be broken. But that's why we have the backup file. So it rewrote the file. What did we do here? I mean, it almost worked. There's some off by ones here. So this needs to be +1 at the very least. And we need to copy the backup file to our actual file. Index list index out of range. Well, shit. Well, that didn't work. This is probably supposed to be what, end +1, probably. And it almost worked, but it didn't dedent properly. So we're getting close. We're getting closer there, which is pretty cool. This guy says, I'm sorry that I have so many questions, but I have one more question in mind. Yeah, no, feel free to ask questions. Atholter1997 says, how come you're using Vim and not VS Code? I'm not using Vim. I am not using Vim. Sargastic Dante is here. Hello, Sargastic Dante, and has helpfully linked my text editor information. But yeah, I'm not using Vim. It looks like Vim. No, it doesn't look like Vim. It doesn't look like Vim at all. Why do you guys think this is a Vim? All terminal editors are Vim, I guess. Emacs, that's Vim. Nano, that's Vim. Babby, it's Vim. Ed, definitely just Vim. There's no info bar in the bottom. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Sarcastic Dante says, why would you use Vim? It's just wrong. I mean, this is what I've been quoted at saying. Although I was talking about a very specific feature of Vim. Okay, so this is close. We need to do the dedent now. We actually should probably do the dedent before we do this deletion. Actually, I don't think we need the initial indent at all. I think we're just gonna subtract 4 and call it good enough. So we can get rid of this. Dedent everything inside the brackets. For I in range. Call start, call end. Hey, what's up, Proggyhead? Hello. Master Text says it says Babby in the upper left corner. It does indeed. Does indeed say Babby in the top. That's how you can know what it is. James Wine also says that it says Babby at the top. Indeed. Hey, what's up, the on the server? Hello. I'm done for today with my Flash shenanigans. What is going on? We are, for no good reason, writing a code formatter that is going to turn this syntax into this syntax, just to show that I can do it. Literally no reason. Zebradrag says, Vim is for old people. Whew, there's some shots fired there. Sarcastic Donnie says, almost home, will join in a few minutes. Nice. James Wine says, I use Nano, everyone I work uses Emacs, hotkey discussions on conference calls happen a lot. Nice. I used to use Nano. Babby is actually based on the ideas of Nano. So you might find the keyboard shortcuts familiar if you want to check it out. Not saying that you should use Babby, but it is inspired by Nano, so it should be very similar. Okay, so how do we find the indent tokens. Let's look at the code where we did this here. I just thought about another bug. That's fine. Adjust indentation. If the token's name is NL, so if tokens I -1 dot name is equal to NL and tokens I dot name is unimportant white space, so this should get our indent tokens, I think. And then we should be able to do tokens I dot source, or tokens I, they're immutable. Tokens I dot replace source equals tokens I dot source to, and without the last 4 characters. So that should do the dedent. Hey, what's up? Athulter1997, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Blue Sky says, I feel alienated here, not knowing all the terms. What is Babby and Nano? Nano is a crappy text editor, and Babby is my crappy text editor. they're both terminal text editors. Similar to like VS Code, but in your terminal. I think this might work now. Just, or like without all the bugs that I'm gonna show you don't work. Fucking A. What do you mean list index out of range? What? It's weird because I don't think that we changed any of that. What did we break? How did we possibly break this by doing this here? Because I'm pretty sure it was working before we did this. What? 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 How is this possibly breaking this? Am I clobbering a variable somehow? I don't understand. Well, let's see what happens in these modifications here. Actually, let's put this as just pass. Let's see if it's because I'm clobbering a variable. This will tell me if I'm clobbering something. No, it's actually the modification. What the fuck is going on here? Break a point. We'll figure it out. Tokens I dot source should just be white space colon -4. Turns it into an empty string. Okay, that seems good. Blue Sky says, is it like Sublime Text? Kind of, but in the terminal. Toby++ says, Nano just does the job, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, yeah, that's kind of fair. Then we got our good old editor wars here. Oh, the greater than is meant to say that like people think one of them is better than the other one. So like Nixative says that Sublime is better than VS Code, and Daniel Staley says, Stilelny says Emacs is better than Sublime is better than VS Code. 85 Kills says people are about to have unfortunate accidents. Vim surprise text manipulation. Emacs Surprise control of the editor, yeah. The bot caught you for saying Emacs. It does that like 10% of the time, so there's a rare occurrence there. Okay, but this looks like it should be fine here. Oh, let's continue. Let's see what happens here. That looks fine too. There's the new line. That one's also that. I don't understand how this is having problems. These all look completely correct. Weird. Very weird. Very, very weird. I don't understand how modifying these tokens here possibly changes what these are. Oh, I know what's happening. I know what's happening. Hey, what's up, M. Wokai? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I know what's happening. This is a dumb... This is me being way too fucking clever, and it's biting me directly in the ass. The empty string is contained inside this, so if I change the source to the empty string, then it is inside this list here. So I need to be less clever and unfuck this code by doing this. Which is sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Did I say hi to Enwokai? Anyway, hello again. Maybe I said it twice. I'm a little distracted. I'm very tired. I did not do enough sleep last night. So I am probably going to take a nap after this. Initiative says muscle plus Emacs, if I may. Ooh. Musel is an interesting choice. MUSL, I don't know, I'm just going to pronounce it all 3 ways. That way I get it right at least once. Silas says, I like VS Code. Nice. A5Kill says, what the hell? What kind of toaster are you working on? Oh, with VS Code being slow? I mean, VS Code is pretty slow. Especially if you run it on a toaster. Blue Sky says, I have an absolutely random question with no relevance to stream and chat. Yeah, it's fine. Feel free to ask. Can you take sales data from an online shop? Not really. Some places will give you datasets that you can play with, but like you can't just like download someone's dataset unless they give it to you. Generally, you can like scrape data if you can access it in the browser. Is it a good idea to scrape data? Not really, but it would work. Okay, this should work now. Famous last words. Shit. Why did it work for all the other ones but not that one? That's weird. That's weird. What? What? Why? Why though? Maybe the original code is derpy. This is like probably demoing one of the problems. No, this looks fine. What the fuck? Hey, what's up? Blue Sky 21800. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, even though you've been in chat for a while. But yeah, appreciate the follow. So what the fuck happened here? I guess we can debug it and see what happens. So if we break point here, we should be able to look at the very first one. Actually, let's just put this example in its own file. That'll allow us to just specifically debug that one. Okay, so we're at our breakpoint. We should have... These are our tokens. We should have call start. Start and call end. 16. That looks right. To 19. That looks right as well. And then 29. Which looks good. And then 32. That looks good. So, what the fuck gives? Why did we dedent twice? Sarcastic Dante says, my resolution is broken again on Ubuntu. Oh no. Oh no! This guy says, I'm sad now though. Why are you sad? And then speaking in German, I don't understand German, unfortunately. Daniel Stelny says, what is your favorite language? My favorite programming language? I think the one that I've been the happiest in is in C#, but I haven't written C# in quite a while. Hey, what's up, RKJ? Hello, hello. Welcome back. Good to see you. So, what is going on here? Why have we gobbled this thing? This should only chop 4 characters off, right? So we should be able to keep this guy around and only lose 4 characters there. Oh, this is until... Yeah, no, until... Could even do 4 colon. That way we don't have to think about it backwards. Oh, we actually hit the breakpoint twice. Why do we hit the breakpoint twice? That's probably the problem. Huh. Why do we hit the breakpoint twice? That's a good question. Weird? That's definitely the bug, is hitting the breakpoint twice. I guess I could just remove it from here. Visitor.calls.discard token.offset. That would maybe fix this? Yay! It works! T2.py. Oh, I forgot to get rid of the breakpoint. Hey, cool, it works. Anyway, this is kind of an example of how you might do a code formatter like this. So I'm just gonna paste bin, or I'll put this in Git. Git clone github.com utility/t. I have this repository T where I just kind of put scratch projects. Victor 2020-0725, say the 25th. Yeah. Simple tokenize RT code formatter. Simple tokenize RT code formatter. My chat wanted me to build a code formatter, which that's off screen. Which performed the following rewrite. To this foo. Actually, we can put a dot in here just to. Well, actually, that's invalid syntax, so we won't do that. And so I built one that kinda works. There are likely some bugs with parenthesized things and or ugly input code, but it should mostly do the job. Usage is Python 3, t.py, etc. And so let's copy that test file in there. T.py to here. And then we'll copy t2.py back to here as well. Hey, what's up, ACM and TZZek? Thank you both for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully your day is going well. Initiative says C#, not like this. Yeah. RKJ says, had to leave early yesterday. Hopefully you didn't drink too much. No, I was drinking responsibly. As we go. Daniel Stelny says, why C#? I like the syntax, I like the features. I really liked writing it when I was using Visual Studio because it made writing it super easy. But yeah, Dr. Cheese Weasel says go. Roast Toast 666 says HTML Kappa. Are you making fun of me because I said it's a language? It is a language. Dr. Cheese Weasel says, which version of Python are you using? The answer is yes. I have a bunch of versions installed. We have 2.7, we have 3.6, we have 3.6, we have 3.7, we have 3.8, we have 3.9. We haven't have 3.10, but I don't think I have it installed on this particular computer. But lots of versions. This guy says, I'm sad because you said it's not possible to take data from my online... Oh, if it's your online shop, then you could do it. Yeah. Yeah, like if it's your own app, you can get data out of your own app. But getting it from other one's app is kind of tricky. Hey, what's up, BixPlays? Hello. BixPlays says, holy crap, I can actually read your screen when I blow up the Twitch to use all 3 screens. I mean, I think my font size is a decent size. This is the size that that pretty much all the other streamers use. But I'm sorry, it's small for you. Davin says, your keyboard is broken, by the way. Yes, it is. It is pretty broken. You can check out more about my keyboard with Bang Keyboard. Lambda Man says, have you ever used Haskell? I have not used Mia Haskell. I do plan to learn Mia Haskell at some point, but I have not done that yet. But I guess actually, all right. Foo. Barbaz. Control D. Yeah, anyway, here's an example that we can put into the README. But yeah, add a simple tokenized RT based code formatter. I like how it fixed my imports for me. That's great. Good job, Prigament Hooks. Okay, and then I'll push that up onto GitHub, and you guys can check out this code sample and play with it yourselves. There's definitely a bunch of bugs here, but thank you for suggesting that, Recursive Chat. And here's the code that kind of does that, so you can check that out as well. Hey, what's up, Brebadub TV? Hello. Who has set the MOTD to hey guys? That's a good one. Zebrajack says, do you think Python outside of machine learning is dying? Not many non-data science Python jobs on the East Coast. I don't think it's dying, so to speak. It's certainly not growing at the same rate that you know, your machine learning and data science type stuff is doing in Python, but I think there are plenty of applications outside of there, especially with like tooling, infrastructure, web applications, other stuff like that. But yeah, let's see. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours. And I did not get enough sleep last night, so I am probably going to call the stream here. And by probably, I am definitely going to call the stream here. And let me do my spiel, and then we'll send you guys off to another channel. Let's see. Let me answer some questions first, I guess. As UK says, how important is learning about algorithms outside of interview practice? I find that I don't... I find that I tend to look up algorithms if I need them, but I don't really memorize a lot of them, except for like the very simple-ish ones. You know, like tree traversal and sorting and those sorts of things. But like, I could not tell you how to do A star, for instance. I could do, you know, a depth first search of something or breadth first search of something, but like, you know, some particular specific algorithm, I'm gonna look it up if I need to use it. But yeah, hopefully that answers that. People say, good night, sweet dreams. May your programs be debugged in dreamland. And Juice says, thanks for the stream. Well, thanks for stopping by, everyone. But yeah, let me do my spiel. I upload all of my previous content to YouTube, and that's youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode, where you can get previous streams as well as other educational content. I forgot to upload yesterday's stream. Oh wait, it hasn't been 24 hours, so I'll upload that in a few hours. That'll be fine. I stream on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and I will be streaming a 24-hour stream next Saturday, so hopefully you guys can stop by for that. Hey, what's up, CypherFire? Thank you for the follow. Welcome, right as I'm heading out. I announce my streams in 2 places. One of them is on Twitter. That is twitter.com/codewithanthony, where I basically say, like, I'm going to be streaming in such amount of time, and then, you know, that happens. I also announce them on Discord. You guys are free to join. Small programming Discord. It's a pretty cool little set of people. But yeah, Ideal Gats says the spiel. Yes, the spiel, Ideal Gats. Nice to see you again, as always. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and let's go find someone to raid.